بسم الله الرحمن الرحيم وصلى الله عليك يا ولي العصر أدركنا. Prior to the massacre of Karbala, the darkest hour of Islamic history was the brutal assassination of the only daughter of the Holy Prophet Hazrat Fatima az-Zahra Salamullah alayha.
The Holy Prophet's daughter sustained fatal injuries, was crushed beneath a burning door, which became the cause of her broken ribs and the miscarriage of her unborn child, leading to her death, 75 or 95 days after her father passed away from this world.
In Islamic history, 13th Jamadi al-Awwal and 3rd Jamadi al-Thani are two likely dates which are extremely heart-rending and are observed as the martyrdom days of Hazrat Fatima az-Zahra Salamullah alayha. Yes, she was martyred. Rather, she was ruthlessly silenced and did not die a natural death.
Bereaved family members of the deceased are usually showered with benevolence, but the Prophet's family were shown not a shred of sympathy and rather faced unprecedented brutality. Followers of Muhammad who claimed loyalty and love towards their Prophet had no hesitation in being merciless with his family within days of his martyrdom and oppressed them beyond imagination.
The supposed friends of the Prophet usurped the rights of caliphate from his rightful successor Imam Ali alayhi salam. They unlawfully seized the Garden of Fadak. Imam Hassan and Imam Hussein alayhi salam, the chief of youths of paradise, were rejected as witnesses, and the sacred door of the house of his daughter Hazrat Fatima az-Zahra was set ablaze by an unruly mob who ignored the presence of the Holy Prophet's grandchildren in the house.
They barged into the house by kicking through the burning door. A heavily pregnant Fatima got crushed behind the door, consequently miscarrying her unborn child, Mohsen ibn Ali. The monstrosity was such that Hazrat Fatima was bleeding, wailing helplessly, unable to save her child, while the barbaric mob paid no heed to the cries of the Prophet's daughter.
Imam Ali alayhi salam rushed to her rescue but was overpowered by the armed militia and subsequently dragged out of his house and paraded through the streets of Medina. His young and crying children, the fruits of the Prophet's eyes, were trampled by inhumane beasts of men. These acts of cruelty are the root cause of the eternal humiliation and embarrassment for humanity. Even criminals would not be dealt with such inhumane treatment, while the holy family of Rasulullah were subjected to such agony and torture within a few days after his death.
The nation chose to disregard the epic expressions of their Prophet. Fatima is a part of me, and whoever hurts her has indeed hurt me. Fatima's sufferings were unimaginable, which explains her lamentations. O Father, the torture that I was subjected to after you would have turned the bright days into dark nights. At the young age of 18, Hazrat Zahra crumbled under continuous hardship and joined her father just a few months after his passing.
To ensure the survival of her story through the turns of time, the lovers of Ahlul Bayt alayhi salam commemorate the days between the 13th Jamadi al-Awwal to 3rd Jamadi al-Thani as Ayyam'e Fatimiyyah, the days of mourning for Fatima Salamullah alayha. The attack on her, on the house of Fatima, was no less than the carnage of Karbala. The reason being that the oppression in Medina and the incidents of Saqifa served as the foundation for the vicious bloodshed of Karbala. Hence the hadith from Imam Sadiq alayhi salam says, "For us, there is no greater day in calamity than Ashura, except the day of Saqifa, the day on which the house of Ali and Fatima was burnt."
In which the beloved daughter of the Holy Messenger, his son-in-law, grandchildren, Imam Hassan and Imam Hussein, Hazrat Zainab and Kulthum were also present. That day in which Mohsen ibn Ali was killed in the womb of his mother was more tragic for us as it was the foundation to Ashura. During these days, the responsibilities of lovers of Ahl Bayt are the following. 1. To increase our knowledge about this dark chapter in the history of Islam. 2. To establish gatherings be it online or with COVID precautions, where the tragedy of Hazrat Zahra is remembered. 3. Similar to the days of Muharram and Safar, we should dress in black and refrain from personal celebrations of any kind. And 4. That we use the platforms we have at our disposal to further acquaint the masses with the sufferings of the Ahl Bayt and inform the entire Ummah concerning the tragedy of Hazrat Zahra. If we are able to guide even a single soul and inform them concerning the tragedy of Hazrat Zahra, then we must be assured of receiving her intercession on the Day of Judgment, inshallah. We, the team of Mahdiyyah USA,
will be presenting to you a series in the days of Fatimiyyah, in which we shall provide replies to some of the doubts that are commonly raised regarding the events of Fatimiyyah. Finally, we pray to Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala to hasten the reappearance of the son of Hazrat Zahra,
Hujjat ibn al-Hasan al-Askari alayhi salam, so that he takes revenge from the oppressors and usurpers of the Lady of the Worlds. Ilahi Ameen.